Hi everybody, this is John Russo from ESE Networks with a quick tutorial on how to create closing credits for import into Wirecast. Um, there are ways to do it in Wirecast, but it's actually an add-on package that you have to purchase. It runs about $280. It's called Titler Pro, I believe. But other than that, with the ESE grant equipment or Premiere Pro, you actually have the tools there to create it. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and open up Premiere Pro and create the transparent video that you'll be importing into Wirecast. The way that's done is just by adding a rolling title in Premiere Pro. So let's go ahead and open up that. And just take the defaults. I'm going to do a new project with the defaults. Now, when Premiere opens up, I am on a Mac and I have CS6. The grant equipment is Windows and it's Creative. It's the Creative Cloud. So it's going to be a little different. It may look a little different, but the bottom line is it's all pretty much the same thing. If it doesn't look like this, or if you're wondering where some of these window panes are, like the project, sequence, etc., they can all be enabled up here under the Windows menu. So just check whichever ones you need to see, like the project and the source monitor, and you shouldn't have any problems. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and create a title, new title, default role. And just accept the defaults. It's just based on what the project settings you selected. So go ahead and hit OK, and it'll bring up this actual new window that has all your text options. First thing you want to do is you want to create a text box, and you do that by selecting the text tool and dragging the box whatever size you wish. Now, one thing you have to remember is usually with credits, they scroll on to the screen and then off again. And that is based on the size of the box. If you look here, you can see that I'm covering a little above the box and a little below the box. So let's go ahead and create some names. I'll just use everybody from the office here. Brian, Greg, Allison, Morgan, Todd, Blake. Close enough. That'll get us started. So once you get that there, you can actually come up here and grab this selection tool. If you grab the selection tool, you can actually bring it down to where it's in the screen, and then you'll have to stretch it up some. Excuse me, you'll have to lower it down. Just the key is working on a position that will make it start below the page, below the screen, and then once it scrolls, it will scroll off the screen. So this is, as you can see, the first name is off the screen, and when it scrolls, okay, you're gonna have to make this longer. You want to get it so to where it scrolls off the screen. So if I keep stretching it down, you can see that eventually it will get off the screen. Or you can easily just grab below it, excuse me, and hit some enters to add new spaces. So as I scroll this down, you just have to keep working it until you get it off the screen. A couple more, and there we go. So as you can see, the Blake is off. It starts off the screen, it will scroll across, and then go off the screen again. Let me add one more. Grab that, bring it down here, And there we go, completely off the screen. Okay, once you get that done, if you watch movies, you can, usually you have the names on the left hand side and the positions or whatever they do on the right hand side. So with this one, I would actually make the names right justified, and then select it and move it over a little bit to where it's pretty much centered. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and right click on this, and I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it again. And then once you get that pasted, you can select it. You can if you hold down your shift button, it will move across the screen faster. So I'm just going to go ahead and move it across till it's on the other side. And once it's there, I'm going to left justify that one. That way you have the names on the left and on the right. And my J is missing, so let me go ahead and put that back in there. I don't want to be called on. There we go. Better. So once you get that in position, you can see it's auto saving. Once you get that in position, you can see that it's going to start off the screen. It's going to scroll across and then off the screen again. Now, just from experience, I can tell you that this font is a little bit too narrow. It's too thin, and it's going to be hard to read. So let me go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to change the font to something a little more bold. Yeah, that'll work. Grab the other one, change it to something a little more bold, and there we go. I'm just going to leave it like that for now because you get the gist of what I was trying to do. You can hand type these in, or if you have them pre-created in an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document, you can copy and paste. I would copy the first names and then move them there, and it's just a matter of copying and pasting into this, but you get the gist of how that works. So once that's done, you're going to go ahead and close it, and once you close it, it will create a title over here in the project. You want to grab this and you want to drag it into your timeline. Now, once that's in there, the speed of the scroll is actually changed by moving this in or out. See, right now it's going to take 42 seconds for the whole thing to scroll. So you don't want it to go that slow. So let's test it. We're going to bring it over here to 10 seconds. And once that's there, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And you'll see that it started off the screen. It's going to keep going until it moves off the screen, and then it's done. Perfect. So once I get that, we're going to go ahead and export it. And this is the actual key to getting the transparent video to bring in, so you can actually have something. You can leave it, you can set it up as in front of a black screen, or you can have it scroll in front of whatever. But this one is going to actually be in front of a camera shot. So I'm going to go ahead and export it here. So I'm going to go File, Export. Now, once you get it to export, you can make sure see these arrows here. Make sure that this one is far left and this one is far right. If you bring it back this way, it's only going to take half. It's only going to export half the movie. So make sure it's full size, and then you're going to leave it QuickTime. The format must be QuickTime, and this is the project settings, standard 1080 2997. The key is down here under the video codec. Right now it's 24-bit. The way to get the 32-bit that you need, which contains the alpha channel, which is the RGBA, the alpha is for the transparency, is you have to select animation. Under video codec, you select animation, and then once that's there, you can come down here and make sure it's the same as your project, 2997. Scroll down here, and now you can actually select 32-bit. Once 32-bit's selected, you can go ahead and export. Only take a second because they're really small. Okay, and now that it's exported, you will find that the sequence, I had it going to my desktop. Just pay attention to where you export it. I had it going to my desktop. So now I'm going to open up Wirecast. Okay, now I'm going to bring in, now remember, in Wirecast, these are the different layers. The upper layers are towards the front, and the bottom layers towards the back, in that order. So if you want something placed in front of a camera shot, you would actually bring in the video shot in the top layer, which I'm going to go ahead and bring in the sequence, which is sequence.01. So that's in the front, and now I'm going to bring in a camera shot. Ooh, hi everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that in, and if I bring them in together, you know, you have this in front. If I hit take, it'll start scrolling. And you can see that, you know, since we actually made it the font a little thicker, you're able to see it better. Now I did notice, if you look here, that the NE in Morgan is actually on a different line. To correct that, you would actually go in and make the text bracket where you typed in the names, you'd actually just make it a little wider so it doesn't word wrap down to the bottom. And as you can see, it's continuously scrolling. So one thing you want to do is, let's go ahead and clear these layers and take it. We want to double click this, select the shot, excuse me, you want to select the movie that's playing the credits. This icon down here is how you edit the settings. So you don't want it to remember the position. That way if you have to rerun them, it might start in the middle. And then you also want it to hold when it's done. So once that's there, you go ahead and close that, select the shots again, and there you go. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in.